I don't know what the plan is. Josh McDaniels is going to be back as their head coach for next season.
Sadly.
I do not like Josh McDaniels at all. I don't like him at all. But with the contract they gave him and the owner, I believe Mark Davis.
Yep.
Worst
haircut in the world.
That shit's drip, bro. What are you talking about? That's drip right there.
That
shit ain't tough?
No.
Shit ain't tough. Well said.
Nah, not at all. But as I was saying, their owner, he doesn't have any money, so they weren't able to fire him. And now they're just stuck in this whole area where it's just like, yo, what are we gonna do? I mean, they just signed Jimmy Garoppolo this week. They still haven't traded away Renfro, Adams, even, and they basically saying they want to run it back, but you also traded away one of your most valuable weapons in your offense with the when you have a guy like Jimmy G who needs weapons around him to elevate his game as well. So I just don't get it from on their behalf.
Well, first and foremost, Dibo, I want to applaud you on how professional you were. Well, when you were mentioning Jimmy Garoppolo's name and not even having a lick of drool come out of your mouth. That's something only I could imagine happening because, come on now, it's just a good-looking man. But in all seriousness, I don't hate the Jimmy G move, but it's like, it's a great question. What are they doing as a franchise? Because we've seen, whether it's his years in New England or San Francisco specifically, there's a cap on a Jimmy G team, especially when your defense isn't top 5. And the Raiders, unlike the 49ers, do not have a top 5 defense. So
they basically got sorry.
No, go ahead.
They basically got rid of Derek Carr and then proceeded to sign another Derek Carr. I don't get that. Come on.
I do think
I think I know why they did it. I think it's pretty obvious now. I mean, even though that Vegas team, like, that defense is absolutely horrendous. Like, other than Max Crosby and
who's a star
and Nate Hobbs, other than Max Crosby and Nate Hobbs, I don't think there's anybody on that team worth giving a damn on the defensive side of the ball. I think that this showed, like, okay, even though we have that hole on defense, we have to go quarterback in the draft. They have the 7th pick. They're gonna have to choose between Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. They're going quarterback.
I don't think they're going quarterback.
They have to go quarterback.
They're going quarterback for sure.
They're going quarterback. This is their chance to go quarterback.
They're not going quarterback.
Why?
Because they're trying to compete now, so they're going to try to get a defensive piece to help them play now.
No.
Yeah, but Jimmy
when you have Devontae Adams and you have Josh Jacobs, who was probably their best offense. Devontae Adams was still their best offensive player, but Josh Jacobs, who came off a career year, you franchise tagged him. Something tells me he's not going to come back next year. So it's like you put so much money into this team, especially with Josh McDaniels being your coach. It's like you almost handicapped yourself into being in a win now position. And I agree with you, though. I think that a responsible thing to do is take a step back, draft a QB. Jimmy G, I think he could be a plus mentor. You do have guys like Devontae Adams, who we've seen him with young quarterbacks, whether it was Aaron Rodgers when he was young or Bryce Love, right? I'm not tripping.
Jordan
Love. Thank you. We've seen him play with young QBs. So they should go QB because it's responsible, and they could if they could look from a bird's eye view, they would see they're not a championship contender, but they're going to go defense. They're going defense. They're taking Jalen Carter if he falls.
No, that makes so much sense for them to draft a criminal. That makes so much sense for the Raiders to do
it's alleged.
I like Jalen Carter. He's the best player in the draft in my eyes, but come on, it just makes too much sense.
Jalen Carter's either going to the Cowboys or the Raiders.